I'm Brittany Rizzo, and welcome back to My Only Friends. On today's episode, I sat and talked with Elena Sanchez. After graduating from Cornell University, Elena's feature film debut as an actress was the highly anticipated second installment of the Hunger Games films Catching Fire, where she portrayed Cecelia, the tribute from District 8. She has since shared the screen acting opposite Nicolas Cage, Sam Rockwell, and Tim Roth, as well as performing alongside the likes of Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Elena's television appearances include roles on CBS's NCIS New Orleans, Fox's Sleepy Hollow, and AMC's The Walking Dead, where she memorably killed off bratty villain Sebastian Milton in the final season. Elena has won a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in Avengers Endgame, has been nominated 5 additional times, and has been nominated for 2 Taurus World Stunt Awards. Elena can now be seen as the female lead, Detective Keyes, in the action thriller Neglected, opposite Dylan Sprouse, Josh Duhamel, and Till Schweiger, now available on Amazon Prime. This episode reminds me of the Friends episode, the one that could have been. The friends see what their lives would be like if they made different decisions or took different jobs. Elena could have grew up in Hong Kong and worked in hotel management, but instead, she's in the new Jumanji movie this year. Please enjoy my conversation with Elena Sanchez. Wait, is that Pee Wee Herman behind you?
Yes.
Do you love Pee Wee Herman?
No, so I'm at my friend's house,
Oh.
and this is my friend, and he's doubling Pee Wee in this.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And
What an
that's also
iconic
him
moment.
as Spider-Man, him on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wow. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I love LA. It's like the most random, most amazing place on the planet. It's so funny. You're like, oh no, my friend, and there he is as Spider-Man and Pee Wee Herman.
It's a bit of a flex when people come stay over at his house. He's like, "Welcome to my crib."
That's amazing. We'll get into how you also do stunt work, which, my gosh, so jealous that you can do that. I mean, we might as well get into it right now. So I watched a lot of Alias a couple years ago, and I really wanted to be Sydney Bristow. I was like, she's so powerful. It was at a time where I wasn't feeling like I had a lot of power in my life, and she had a lot of power and was such a badass.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn how to do stunts for TV and film. And by the second class, I was in urgent care.
Oh, no.
And it still makes me laugh to this day, even though it doesn't, because I have physical therapy again at 2:00 today for my knee, still till this day.
No.
In a cast from hip to ankle by the second class.
Oh, what happened? What did you do?
I just kept twisting my knee repeatedly, for a punch.
Yeah.
And I left there and I was like, oh, I can't bend my leg or straighten my leg. It was so swollen.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved in stunts?
I was a gymnast.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of stunt people have something that they grew up doing, some sport.
Right.
And then, I decided I wanted to be an actress.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time I was living in New York, I was in drama school, and I was looking for auditions on Craigslist and all the sketchy websites because I didn't have an agent, and that was how you did it back then.
Wait, Craigslist? Craigslist is crazy because now, if somebody asked me to do something off Craigslist, I'd be like, mm-mm. But
Yeah.
to your point, back in the day, I found roommates off Craigslist who I
Yeah.
absolutely adored. We got our dogs off Craigslist who still, knock on wood, still to this day, 17 years later, she's going strong. And best Craigslist purchase of my life, you know? But now I'm does Craigslist still exist?
I don't know. And I don't know that I would trust it. I mean, I didn't even really trust it back then, but I guess I was so desperate that
Right.
And I guess I got lucky. But yeah, I don't know if it's, I mean, I think it's still a thing. I don't know how much people use it.
Yeah. Okay, so you were, well,
Yeah. So the only auditions I was really getting was auditions that were where they were looking specifically for gymnasts, like people
mm-hmm,
who could do specific gymnastics things, because that's the only thing that set me apart at the time. And so then the very first big job I booked was a commercial for Sony Ericsson for a cell phone. And they
mm,
were specifically looking for an actress who was also a gymnast. And they flew us down to Mexico City. I shot this commercial, and it's the concept is like boy meets girl. She's looking at her cell phone, he's looking at her, and then it turns into like Inception and they start floating in the air. And so they needed the actress to be able to be on wires to do like zero gravity wire work. And also there was a few clips we shot where I was flipping on a trampoline and they were getting pieces of that. And so I got home from that job and realized I had done stunts. And I was
mm-hmm.
like, this was so cool. Like how do I do more of this? And I didn't realize until later that like when you get started as a stunt woman, you don't get to do jobs like that immediately. Those are like years into your career. So I got
Right.
really lucky that I was put on wires on basically my first job, and then I had footage from that to show stunt coordinators who are the ones who hire stunt people. And yeah, I just kind of started researching it and looking into how I could do more of that.
And this was from a Craigslist ad?
That one I think was, I remember seeing that one posted on multiple websites.
Mm-hmm.
That one might not have actually been on Craigslist, but it was on multiple free like audition websites. And I think because they were looking for something so specific, they did post it publicly for people to find. But usually, like for legitimate big jobs, you can't find those on your own. Those only get
Right.
distributed to the agents, and then the agents submit their clients. So yeah, I lucked out with that one that I just happened to find it.
Yeah, I wanna get into that more, but I wanna get to how you even started and wanted to become an actor, from like a young age and where you're from. I want to get to the basics before I really get into the
Oh,
stunt work because I really am excited to hear. Like you did stunt work on Avengers? Excuse me?
I did.
That's so cool. It's so funny. I'm still, no matter what, like, and as long as I've lived here, I still just am so giddy over these things for people.
Yeah.
Like, it's never too cool. I've never thought like, no, yeah, I'm not desensitized by like the starriness of
Yeah.
Hollywood. You know, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's whatever. I see them
Yeah.
all the time. I'm like, I don't, if I'm at the grocery store and if I saw like Ray Romano, I would probably be like, oh my God, you know, like,
Aw.
so like if I was on the set of Avengers, I'd be like, holy shit, like what is life?
I mean, there's definitely those moments where you do look around and you're like, this is crazy. What is life right now? But
Yeah,
then
from
you, but
Craigslist to Marvel. Let's
yeah.
go.
I should use that as a
Oh
tagline.
my God, you absolutely should. I'll name the episode that from Craigslist to Marvel. Like, look how far we've come, baby.
Yeah, and I think like it is important to take a step back some because it's so easy to just get caught up in it and be like work, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. Like it's just another day in the life of. But it is important, I think, to take a step back and realize like how far you've come. Like when you're in a position that you used to dream about,
Hmm.
and it's easy to lose sight of that, especially when you're then surrounded by people who this is also their life and it's just you're always just looking for the next job. And
Right.
so yeah, it's important to take a moment and take a step
Yeah.
back.
And also, like, it's like those cheesy quotes when it's like, stop and realize like you're living the life that you dreamed of.
Yeah.
And the cheesy quotes are, they're good because they're true, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And, but okay, so where are you from?
So I was born in Germany.
Okay.
My mother is German and my father is Spanish. They met in Germany, got married, had my sister and I, and we were like, we're a European family.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad gets offered a contract in New York.
Okay.
I was 3 years old. Actually, he got a choice. They told him he could either go to Hong Kong or New York. So sometimes I think about what my life would have been like
Whoa.
if we had gone to Hong Kong.
Right.
But so we moved to New York. I was 3 years old. It was only supposed to be a 3-year contract. It turned into 10. So I was in New York until I was about 12 years old. Then he got transferred to Switzerland. And then I stayed in Switzerland through middle and high school until I graduated. And then I moved back to New York for college.
So from 3 to 12, you were in New York.
Yes.
Were you devastated when you had to go back to Switzerland? Like,
Oh yeah. I
oh
was I
man.
like cuz at 12 like you've just really started making those
Yeah.
friendships that are like important as you reach your adolescence, and I was a brat and was like, I don't want to go. This sucks. Like, this is the worst thing ever. And we had guinea pigs as pets. And I was
No,
like,
did you
I'm
have to
not
leave
going
them?
without the guinea pigs. Like, you can't do this to us.
You had to leave them?
No, we
Okay,
took
good. I
them.
was like, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, no, we took them. We
Okay.
and we had somehow gotten permission to take them, but then we get to the airport and they were like, "Oh no, you can't bring them in the cabin with you. They're gonna have to go in the cargo hold." And I'm
Mm-mm.
like,
Mm-mm.
like start crying at the airport, like that's not gonna work. They're gonna freeze to death. I don't know if this would still be possible, but like some very nice lady at the airport was like, "Okay, you guys are just gonna board before everyone else. We're gonna hide them in the closet."
Oh my gosh. Well, she's a hero.
She is a hero. I hope her pillow is cool wherever she may be. And so we hid the guinea pigs in the closet, and I like took lettuce from our lunch tray and fed them in between. It was a long flight.
Oh my God.
And then showed up in Switzerland and was depressed for like a year because I had left all my friends. But then I went to an international school in Switzerland,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone there was in the same position. Everyone had to leave their homes. They were all kids of expats who had come to Switzerland, and so we all bonded over that. And
Yeah.
then, met my new best friends who are still my best friends to this day.
I love that.
And we just kind of bonded over that, and it ended up being like one of the most amazing things that could have happened in my life.
It's crazy. I just had another guest on. Like my last guest was from Switzerland. So I'm like, what are the odds back to back?
Yeah, it's something about Switzerland.
I literally I can't imagine that as a 12-year-old because like you said, it's already really hard. That age is hard. I would never want to be 12 or 13 again. Like that
Yeah.
is rough. So
Yeah.
being uprooted and going to another country is just, yeah, that's got to be real tough. What was the thing that you were like the biggest change for you that really took a hard, like you're like, I don't know how I can get used to this?
Well, I guess so. Because we had grown up spending summers in Germany, like with my grandparents, I
Yeah,
guess culturally I was kind of, it wasn't as much of a shock.
right.
So I think it was just like leaving your friends, and then you're also like coming into puberty and boys, and it's like everything is just kind of new, and you're trying to fit in. And then I went to a private school where it was a bunch of rich kids,
Mm,
which I was not. And so it was like they're coming into school wearing their designer clothes. They're getting like a $500 a week allowance. And I'm just like wearing my hand-me-downs, trying to
yeah.
fit in. And so it was a bit of just, like your teens are weird anyway. You're just trying to
Hmm.
find your place. And then I think just getting thrown into a new country was just, it knocks you off your feet a bit.
Absolutely. So you end up moving back to, was it New York?
Well, upstate. So I went to Cornell, which was upstate.
Okay.
I really wanted to be in New York City,
Hmm.
but I had decided I was going to study hotel management. And so I had applied to NYU because they had a fairly new tourism and hospitality program. And I applied to Cornell, which has like one of the best hotel schools in the world. And I got into both. So I was like, okay, do I go to the better program, but it's in the middle of nowhere? Or do I go to New York City and just live my best life in New York City? But I couldn't decide, so I flipped a coin.
Whoa.
And I let that decide my future. And Cornell came up. So I ended up going upstate.
That is wild. A coin toss. A coin toss decided your fate. So when did acting come in? Like, when you're little, are you like, oh my gosh, like who were you watching on TV and you're like, I want to do that? Or were
No,
you,
not at all.
okay.
So first of all, we weren't allowed to watch a lot of TV when I was growing up.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, we would,
What do you do then?
like, so occasionally we would, and we would go
Yeah.
to the movies. And I remember, like, when we were living in New York, TGIF was
The
on, so we'd
days.
watch that, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So that was, I think, a little bit of fantasy I always loved.
Hmm.
And I did like some school plays when I was in elementary school, but then it wasn't really a thing in my life. Like all
Hmm.
through middle and high school, the only performing I was doing was gymnastics, my gymnastics
Hmm.
competitions. And then at Cornell, we had to take electives outside of our major. And so I had, it was like something in the back of my head. And because I did love, at Cornell, like I started watching more TV shows. Like I remember, I think The OC was on at the
Yeah.
time, and like Desperate Housewives. And I always thought like, oh, would be just so much fun to get
Hmm.
to play and just
Yeah.
play make believe as an adult even. And so I was like, well, okay, for my arts elective, why don't I take an acting class and I can just get it out of my system? And I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Like within 2 weeks, I was like, this is so much fun. And I also wasn't that happy at college. Like, I
Hmm.
think because I didn't know really what I wanted to do and I hadn't found my place. But so then going to this class, and this was my junior year, I was so happy going to that class every day. And I was like, this is like, imagine being this excited to go to work every day. This is what I
Right.
want. And then fairly quickly, I just decided that it was what I was going to do. And I never had a plan B.
I listen, I hate plan Bs. I don't think anyone, if I think plan Bs are bullshit. Like,
Yeah, because they just distract from plan A.
yeah, exactly. Like, I know some people say that sounds irresponsible, but if you have a plan B, I think you're telling the universe you don't believe in yourself that much.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a income, like you can go get a job to support your dream, but like if you're putting all your energy into having a plan B, then like I think the plan A is never going to work out.
Yeah.
Would you say like, so you're taking these electives, was there a side to you that came out that kind of shocked you a bit where you're like, oh, I have this in me,
Um,
like playing a certain character?
no, not so much that. I think like I think time is, to me time is like a very just human construct.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everything's kind of already decided, I feel like,
Mm.
your path. And so it kind of felt very normal to me. Like I suddenly knew that this was what I had to do. But it was too early, I think, I mean, these were my very first acting classes,
Right.
basically. Like it was too early, I think, to figure out what kind of characters I wanted to play or what kind of an actor I wanted to be.
You were just going where it was. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like flowing with it.
yeah. And and then and I was terrible. Like I remember, so I went to drama school in New York. So after I graduated, moved to New York City and was like, well, this is what you have to do as an actor. You just move to New York City.
So you got
And
your degree in hotel management
I
first.
got I got my degree and I got a minor in education. But I ended up graduating. So I took this acting class my spring semester junior year. And so then fall semester senior year, I took the next, like whatever, acting 201. Um, and I graduated a semester early instead of spending, extra money on tuition for the spring semester. I was like, well, let me like, and my parents, I was very lucky that my parents essentially paid for my education because that was
Mm-hmm.
something they wanted to do. Like my dad didn't have that, and so that's something he wanted to provide for his kids, which I am very very lucky. Um, but so I was like, if I graduate a semester early, like it'll be cheaper for me to like live in New York
Mm-hmm.
than you guys having to pay for tuition, right? So,
Were your parents like supportive of you being an actor, or were they
oh, I
like,
didn't mention that.
oh,
No, no, no. Yeah, no, that was not mentioned. I was like, I'll move to New York City. Um, so they helped me out like whatever it was the first, whatever it would have that semester would have been. So I guess four months maybe.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm just, gonna try some things, see what I like to do, and so then that summer I got a job at the U.S. Open as a manager in guest relations or something. So it was like kind of to do with my degree, I think. So
Right.
I was like buying myself time.
Right.
Um, but then I realized, well, if I do want to be an actor, I do need to study more. So
Mm.
I applied to drama school, and I think that's when I told them that they were kind of like, okay, like she's young, like this is probably just a phase. But yeah, I could at that point I couldn't really hide it anymore. But then I got a job as a waitress at a restaurant. So then
Mm-hmm.
and I was paying my own bills, and they
Right.
really say anything about it because it was just
Yeah. You're like, this is my life.
decided
I'm
to do
doing it.
it. Yeah.
What would you say, were some of like your first early influences, like as an actor, when you like are like, okay, I'm putting my focus on this. I'm jumping in head first. Who were some of your like inspirations, or like did you have like a North Star where you're like, their career? Like I look at Jennifer Aniston and I go,
Hmm.
that like from improv to sitcom to rom-com to
Hmm.
dramatic TV, like she is my North Star in everything that she does. And I mean, as I've gotten older, when I was younger, it was obviously Hilary Duff because it was like, I want to be Lizzie McGuire so
Mm.
badly. And like, I want to be a pop star.
Well, there were a few,
Hmm.
and funnily enough, I very vividly remember seeing the second Mission Impossible movie
Hmm.
for the first time. I hadn't even seen the first one. My sister's boyfriend at the time, this was in high school actually in Switzerland. My sister's boyfriend was like doing a garden party screening with a projector, and
Yeah.
I don't even know how I was invited because I was the not cool younger sister. But I remember seeing this movie and seeing Tom Cruise do this like intense action stuff and just thinking like that is so cool. Like
Yeah.
he's so cool. And so once I then decided I was going to be an actress, I was like, oh, I want to do that kind of stuff. Like I want to do action movies. I want to be like the female Tom Cruise. And then, but growing up, also I remember seeing Nicole Kidman.
Wow. And who
Like
knew
I,
that story? Nicole and Tom.
yeah, kind of weird that it was the two of
That's
them.
so funny.
But like I remember watching Moulin Rouge and just
Oh.
being like blown away by the story and the love and the heartbreak and her
Hmm.
performance, and then just kind of becoming more aware of who she was and seeing
Hmm.
all the roles that she did. Um and it's funny then because the very first movie I worked on where I was not an extra, so I spent like 2 years in New York just working as an extra, and I'm kind of fast forwarding here, but moved to New Orleans at some point and and got hired to work on a movie called Trespass, and this was the movie I was going to get my Screen Actors Guild card on, which was like a very important step to try to then work as an actor. And it was a movie with Nicole Kidman and Nick Cage, who was also one of, like, I remember one day when I was walking home from my waitressing job at midnight, I was walking past in New York City. Nick Cage was there filming, I don't know if it was like The Sorcerer's Apprentice or something. And I remember standing on the other side of the sidewalk, seeing him and thinking, like, one day I'm going to work with him.
Yeah.
And I did. Yeah. I actually did. But so then I show up on this movie in Louisiana, and it's like Nicole Kidman and Nick Cage, and I'm like, wow, these are literally two actors who I've grown up watching their work. This is really cool. And yeah, just like seeing their careers progress and the choices they make and the risks they take, and some of them might not be so the best choices, but like it's admirable, I think, to see people just go through different roles and just.
Yeah, I mean, Nicole Kidman's a great person to look up to.
Yeah.
So you're in New York, then you end up in Louisiana. Was that specific for a job, or did you move there because you were like, let me try it out here?
So I left New York because so at that point I knew, when I was finishing up drama school, I knew I wanted to do film and TV. And at the time I felt like New York was more theater. And everyone kept saying, like, don't scrape around in New York for a few more years. Like, if you want to do film and TV, you have to go to LA. And you're going to have to start over in LA. So there's no point wasting any more time in New York. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pack up New York. I had made some money on that cell phone commercial and put it in savings. So I was going to use that to leave New York and move to LA. In the meantime, my parents were living in Florida for a few years. And so I go home to Florida to like regroup, and my dad was very sick at the time. He's fine now. Okay. But he was very sick at the time, and I guess I wasn't aware of just how bad it was. And so him and my mom ended up going back to Europe, and I had to like mind the house in Florida. So I thought I was just going to be there for a few weeks, and it turned into like 9 or 10 months. So I was just started doing some short films, and so, like I did a play.
That's hard because that's like before the age of self-tape also. So it's not like,
well, it was still just starting.
Yeah.
Somewhere I have some very old self-tapes that I did on like a regular digital camera or something. That I did in Florida. But so I'm sitting in Florida, you know, planning my trip, my future life in LA, and I keep reading things about Hollywood South. And Hollywood South at the time was considered to be Louisiana, New Orleans, because of the tax incentives. There was so much filming there at the time. Like, all the big blockbusters were being filmed in and around New Orleans. And I remember one specific article I read which said, like, you'll be able to do in 3 years in Louisiana what it would take you 10 years to do in LA.
Whoa.
And so I was like, I got nothing to lose. Like,
right.
So when all was said and done and the house in Florida was sold, my dad was better. I got in the car, drove to New Orleans, and was like, I'm just going to sign a 6-month lease and see how it goes. And then within 3 months, I got booked on that movie called Trespass with Nicole Kidman as a stunt double. And that's how I got my SAG card and started working.
That's amazing. So what was it that brought you out to LA? Like, after all that? Well, wait, when was Hunger Games?
So Hunger Games I got cast in that in 2012. So I had been working so much as a stunt woman. Like, because of my size, and because at the time all the leading ladies were these like tall, skinny, white looking women. So I just went from one movie to the next in New Orleans as a
That's
stunt
amazing.
double. But I wanted to be an actress. So
Hmm.
I was like, no one's taking me seriously as an actress. So I was like, I'm going to go back to drama school. So I decided to take a summer course at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London. And before I had left, I had sent in my headshot to the production office for the next Hunger Games movie because that's just what you did. You like send in your
Right.
headshots to all the big movies. And I'm like,
Right.
well, what I'm like kind of Jennifer Lawrence's height. Like maybe I can be an additional stunt double for her or
Hmm.
something. And on the eve of my graduation dinner in London, I get a call from the stunt coordinator of Catching Fire, and he's like, I have your headshot on my desk. Like, we're looking for people to play tributes who can do their own action.
That's amazing.
And that's how that ended up happening. I mean, I can give you the long version, but
Yeah,
that's the
no,
short.
that's so. I have two questions. Was there ever a stunt where you were like, oh, I'm kind of scared on this one?
Oh yeah,
Which one?
definitely. Well, and I've turned stunts down.
Yeah.
Well, but are you talking about specifically the Hunger Games or just
No,
in general?
just in general, where you're like, I don't know. That's like too scary. Like, are you like fine with like jumping off a building? Like, do heights freak you out?
They do and they don't.
Hmm.
So I haven't done any free high falls, but I've been on what's called a descender where you're on a wire. So like you're the first, I don't know, 10, 20 feet are free fall, and then this wire kind of like catches you and slows you down.
Hmm.
Um, but they're definitely weird because it's like that one I was standing basically on the edge of like a ledge, and you just kind of you're like throw yourself off, but that's like it's a little hard to process that because you
Yeah,
would
I'm like,
never do that in real life.
what's going through your mind in that moment?
Um, well, in that one specifically, it was I had seen my friend do that a few years ago, and someone made a mistake and he ended up hitting the ground.
No.
So that's what was going through my mind.
Oh
But
my
then you just,
gosh.
because you're a professional and you're just like, this is what I'm here for to do today. And then they call action and you just have to do it. So you have to have enough power over your body to just get over that mental side and just do it. And it
I'm
ended up being
like,
completely fine.
I don't even like looking over the railing at the mall. Like that is how terrified I am of like heights. I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. So that has
Well, and
got
I
to
think as
be,
I've gotten older, it's also, I think I've gotten more scared of heights.
yeah, I was gonna say like has as you've gotten older and have done more in your career, it's maybe a little bit of both where you're like, okay, I've done more, so I'm comfortable doing more. But also as I've gotten older, I know for me, more things actually scare me as I've gotten older. Like I
Yeah.
used to be fine with flying. I used to like not have a single problem with getting on an airplane. Now, couldn't pay me. No way.
I mean, same. Like we're like with the turbulence. Turbulence. I used to be like whatever, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
I start praying, and I
Yeah.
turn green,
Yeah. My
and
5-year-old nephew is like, I love the turbulence. It feels like I'm on a roller coaster. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm like, the turbulence, I'm literally white knuckling it, like
yeah,
looking around at everybody next to me. I'm like, okay, these are the people I'm going down with. Like,
yeah.
my anxiety has, I don't know if it's because like we've seen so much in life now or
I think
experienced a
so.
lot and we just know too much. And
I think we're like more aware
yeah,
of our
too aware.
mortality,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we see people around us who we've lost, and I think that just yeah makes you a lot more aware of your own mortality.
Yeah. Yeah. What's one of your favorite stunts to do where you're like, hell yeah, I love this day of work?
Oh, well, all the like the zero gravity wire work when you're just like floating
Yeah.
in outer space, that is I will do that anytime someone calls. And because sadly those jobs are few and far between, because it's like not every movie is set in outer space.
Right.
But there's been a lot of projects that I've gotten to do. One of which was actually with Tom Cruise. So I did finally get to work with Tom, and I was
That's
like,
amazing. On
cool.
what?
It's like a full certain. It was a movie called Oblivion.
Okay.
And so it was a very full circle moment, because I was like, wow, this is kind of the person who really inspired me to yeah.
You were doing stunts with him?
So I was doubling an actress. Oh my gosh, what's her name? I'm terrible. There's only like 2 actresses in the movie, so I was doubling one of the actresses inside the spaceship. And we were setting up the stunt basic. So with zero gravity, like wire work, it takes a lot of, with the computers and the programs, you have to like set it up and rehearse the movements, and then we put the actors in it. And because I was there for a while, I ended up just doing other scenes as well, where I was just part of the stunt team, like also helping Tom do his stunts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about somebody who has no fear. I mean, he's got to screw it loose in the best way, because it's like, how are you doing this?
He's a better stuntman than like 90% of the stuntmen I know.
It's crazy. It's like absolutely nuts. When you, like, I could imagine though, as a stunt woman, like there's kind of like a massive amount of pressure on you, isn't there? Like, because there's no, to go back, there's no plan B after you. Like you have to get this right, because you're the one stepping in for the actor. So how do you deal with that mentally, and like how do you mentally prepare for a day like that?
So I think gymnastics is what prepared me for that, because when I was competing and you're standing in front of that balance beam about to get on it, it's like there's no second chance. You just have to do it. And before I do a big stunt, that feeling I get inside of me is that feeling I used to have before I was about to do a routine. And I think if I hadn't had that growing up, I don't think I would have had the career that I've had, because it is nerve-wracking. Like you're on a $100 million movie set where literally each minute is costing, I don't know, $20,000-$30,000, and so you don't want to do something wrong to where it's then your fault that they have to go again.
Oh fuck, I'd be so nervous. Like just thinking about it, I'm like, please don't be mad at me, and I'm not even there, and I'm never gonna be in that situation. I'm like, please don't be mad at me if I mess this up. Like
but well, and that's why, so you prepare. So I ask a lot of questions, sometimes maybe too many questions, but like I'd rather know exactly what is going on and exactly what I need to do to perform, so that I can get it right on the first time. And if they want to do it again, it's not my fault. It's because they want to get a different camera angle, or they want to try something different. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten like a bad injury?
Yes and no. I mean, I've had things that have taken me out for a few weeks, like sprains but I've never broken anything, luckily. I mean, you get bruised a lot.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But yeah, I've been fairly lucky in my career.
Now, when would you say that you like made the crossover from stunt performer to actress? Like, when were you actually taking on roles of a character?
Well, I guess so. It kind of overlapped.
Yeah.
And because from the start, I always wanted to be an actress, and then the stunts just kind of took over, and I had to take a step back, because I would get hired to double these actresses, and if you're on the run of a movie, that could be anywhere from a few weeks to a few months if it's a big movie. And then during that time, you're shutting yourself off from doing any auditions and doing any acting. So then I had to start turning down these long stunt doubling runs. And that was hard, because then I was turning down these stunt jobs, but not getting enough acting jobs yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was hard. And I would once I turned down a 3-month long doubling job for an acting role that was 2 days, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
financially that was not
Right.
a smart decision, but career wise, having that one extra credit as an actor is something that I needed,
Right.
and so it wasn't. But I was, yeah. So then for years I was still only getting small acting roles, or specifically acting roles that had a stunt in them, and that's why I was getting them. But I was getting like a few lines here, one, maybe 2 scenes, 3 scenes if I was lucky. And it wasn't until a filmmaker named Miles Doliak, who I've done like 3 movies with now. He was the first director to give me the opportunity to be a leading lady in his
Right.
films. And the first one with him was actually a crazy coincidence, but this was like at the height of the pandemic, 2020,
Mm-hmm.
December. And I had auditioned for a role in his movie, and I had booked it. And I was just going to be in the opening scene of the film. And there was a COVID exposure
Mm.
that happened, to where one of the supporting leads, or well, actually 2 of them, were both exposed to COVID, and they had to recast them in like 4 days.
Oh
And
God.
one of them specifically had a lot of German, and I speak German.
Oh.
And so they just called me and were like, "Hey, can you be here and do this other role instead?" And so that was the start of that relationship with Miles and his wife. And then that movie went great, and then they put me in their next movie and their next movie, which leads me to, so Jeremy London
Mm-hmm.
was also in those 3 movies, and he is then the one who put my name in for Neglected, which is the film we have out now.
Yeah, this film looks so good. It looks like I watched the trailer. I haven't watched the full movie yet. It looks a little, and I'm like, okay, Zach and Cody, you're a little scary in this. Like,
Oh yeah, he's a little creepy in it.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I had never watched his show,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't really like familiar with his work as an actor. So I show up and he's playing this like very creepy role, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I hope
But
this
did
is
you know he was on Friends? Like,
No, he's on Friends?"
oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, so I'm obsessed with Friends. That's what this whole podcast is about. And him and his twin would play Ross's son Ben. Like they would switch on and
Oh,
off. Yeah.
I had no
When
idea.
they were child actors. Yeah.
I also didn't watch Friends. I've seen like an episode here or there, but
Elena. Oh
that's
my
so
gosh.
funny. I had no idea. See, I feel like if I had seen more of his work, I probably wouldn't have been so creeped out by him
Yeah,
playing a
because
serial killer.
he's so not like, I mean, I don't know him as a person, but like he's always been goofy, like a goofy kid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's very friendly, and in between takes, I was like, okay, you're normal.
Hmm.
Thank God. Um,
That's so funny. Yeah, so tell me about Neglected.
well,
This seems like a
so
great role for you. And I was reading the reviews and somebody posted like everybody else is great, but Elena stole the show. So I'm like, oh,
aw,
go.
that's
Yes.
always nice to hear.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Basically, I texted Jeremy randomly and was like, "Hey, like, love you, miss you," like, because I knew he was kind of involved in the project, but no one knew what it was, and so he was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a role in this that you would be perfect for," and he called me on a Saturday morning and was like, "I'm emailing you the script. Put yourself on tape. Get me back an audition ASAP." So that
Hmm.
same day, my dad was visiting, so I made my dad tape an audition with me.
Oh
And
my
we sent
God.
it back to Jeremy, and Jeremy sent it to the director. And then the next day, Jeremy calls me and he's like, "You booked the role. You're the female lead in this film opposite Josh Duhamel. And 6 days later, I was in Mississippi on set.
That's
It was
amazing.
crazy.
Do you feel like this is probably like the role that you like have gotten the most out of, like acting wise in your career?
Ye Well, you mean like just as an actor being on set, or you mean
Yeah,
in
just
terms
like
of
because
other
you
opportunities?
you went for so long of just, not just, but like being a stunt double, and like you did so much stunt work, and like you wanted that opportunity to shine as an actor and to like show them that you were capable of being a character as well. So do you feel like this was one of the roles that really was like able to showcase that for you?
Yeah, so I think so. And ironically, there are no stunts in this movie for my character. So
Mm,
that also just kind of felt nice and gave me a little bit of validation like, okay, I'm not here
mm-hmm,
because I'm a stunt woman. I'm here
mm-hmm.
as an actor. And I think that also just gave me a confidence boost. But I think also obviously because of the cast that's in it between Dylan and Josh Duhamel and Till Schweiger, like that's a lot more mainstream than the smaller indies I've done where I may have had
Right.
larger acting roles. So yeah, I hope it's a step in the right direction.
That's a great role. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah, I feel very lucky to be a part of that cast. And they were so well, I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, what is Josh gonna think? Like, here's this nobody coming in to play like his sidekick, essentially. And my worries were completely unfounded. He just welcomed me with open arms, and he's just been so great.
See, not that that's nice to hear because I don't love that you felt that way, like where you're like, what's he gonna think of me? But it's human. Like we all feel that way. Like we all have that bit of like nervousness or insecurity. Like when the opportunity does come, we still are like, wait, should I be here? Not should I be here, but like I'm
Yeah,
terrified. Like this is a person who has done so much. And
yeah.
like, but it's also such a fun opportunity just to learn and watch.
That's kind of how I see every job. It's like you obviously hope that you're working with good people, but they're all learning opportunities.
Hmm.
All the experiences are different, and you just kind of got to take what you can from them.
Were there similarities between you and this character? Or was there like a quality about her where you like you took it with you?
I think so. And I very much so I play Detective Keys, who, in case people don't know what the movie's about. So basically, Josh plays a detective. His son gets kidnapped and buried alive by Dylan Sprouse's character.
Oh my God. No.
And then Dylan's like, okay, you have 9 hours to solve these three murders before your son runs out of oxygen and he's gonna die. So I play a detective, and I'm kind of the first one that Josh let the full, because of course Dylan's like, don't get anyone involved, don't,
Hmm.
tell anyone. And so I'm kind of the first one that Josh lets in a little bit, and I then try to help him solve this whole thing. Um, and so I very much just played it as myself. Like, well, how would Elena as a detective act in this
Hmm.
situation? What would she do? And there's definitely some emotional and moral conflict that goes on in the film, which I think we can all relate to, because it's like that line between, well, what is right for the situation, but what is my professional duty as a
Hmm.
detective, and how can you blend those two in a way that the outcome is favorable?
Mm. I feel like this is a great movie to watch. I'm gonna make somebody watch this with me because I'm a baby and I'll be very anxious the whole time.
Maybe don't watch it at night, like right before you're trying to go to sleep.
Yeah, no, no, no. So what do you watch before you go to sleep? First of all, I congratulations. Like that is amazing. And I feel like again, this is such a good role and like really amazing to showcase like what you have aside from stunt work. Like So
Thank you.
it's super, super cool. You get to play a badass, it looks like, too.
I try.
I mean, I feel like you always get to play a badass. Doing your own stunts is so badass. So
I like doing that, and that's what I want to do more of now.
yeah, yeah. I saw upcoming Jumanji credit. Is that stunt work?
Yes.
Very, very cool.
That is happening. That is something I cannot talk about much yet.
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun to work on that. I love those movies so much,
Mm-hmm.
and getting to be a part of the last one, and I mean the franchise as a whole is just
Yeah,
incredible.
that's
Well, we'll
that's
have to have
awesome.
another conversation about that in
Yes.
December.
Who did you double for Avengers?
On Avengers, I doubled Gamora, Zoe Saldana.
That's so fucking cool.
So I was one of her additional stunt doubles.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the glory from her main doubles, but yeah, there was
Still so cool.
there
You had
was
to
a
be
couple
painted
scenes
green.
where like Zoe wasn't available and the doubles weren't available, and so this it's crazy because these costumes, these suits,
Hmm.
they cost so much money to make. We're talking like tens of thousands of dollars. They're like
Hmm.
handmade. And so you have to be a very specific size to fit
Right.
in them. And so there's only a handful of people that are stunt women that are Zoe's size. So I lucked
I feel like
out.
the only person I could stunt double is like Stitch. Like mini me.
Hey, that's something though. Maybe Stitch
Right.
needs a stunt double.
That's so I can do like stunt doubles for kids. Like
Well, that
I'm
that is
too
a
short.
thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
How tall
yeah.
are you?
I'm 5'1".
That's perfect. Yeah, I mean, kids need stunt
Yeah,
doubles.
Mickey Mouse needs a stunt double. I think I got an audition once. It was like to be a stunt double for the Hamburglar, and I was like, no, I'm not. They needed somebody 5'1" for like a McDonald's commercial, and I was like, I'm for $500, no, like I can't.
I mean, that
Like
would have been an epic story,
I
but
know, right? I gotta keep some dignity.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So when you like it's talking about watching this at night, I only watch Friends at night. I have to watch Friends to fall asleep. What
Mm.
are the shows where you're like, I've had a long day, or like if you're just like, "Ugh, I just need to feel better. What are the shows that you're watching?
Well, so to that point though, I don't watch anything past like 9 p.m. because if I watch something right before I go to sleep, my
You'll
brain just
you'll
starts.
dream about it.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm the
So
same way.
I
That's
put on like on Spotify they have these like 30-minute long sleep
mm,
frequency sounds, and so I
mm-hmm.
put those on like as I'm getting ready for bed, and it like calms you down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm the same way. If I watch something before I go to sleep, I'm dreaming about it. So I'd rather dream about Jennifer Aniston than anything else.
That's true. That's yeah, Well, like a few weeks ago, we watched the new Frankenstein, like
No,
right before we went to bed. It was a horrible idea. I don't know why we did that, and it was I don't. Have you seen it?
not my thing. Nope.
It's like very
Mm-mm.
graphic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I regretted that. Like I should have watched it in
Yeah.
the morning.
There was
Um,
like a Boy Meets World episode where did you watch Boy Meets World with TGIF?
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There was an episode where Corey keeps having dreams that he's killing Sean, his best friend.
Oh.
And I watched it before I went to sleep and I had dreams I was gonna be murdered all night long. It's like I can't even watch the scary quote unquote episodes of Boy Meets World. So like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna survive Frankenstein,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah. I get that. So when I watch shows and I like I can't I it sounds like you maybe do it too, but like a lot of people just go and watch like their favorite episodes or they'll go back and like pick an episode to watch. I think I'm too OCD for that because when I
Hmm.
watch a show, I need to start it from the beginning and then watch it all the way through and then I'm done. Like I
Hmm.
won't go back and rewatch certain episodes. So I
Hmm.
guess it depends on what show I'm currently watching. I mean, I think the last one I probably finished was Nobody Wants This.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, over the years, there have been some big ones like, Game of Thrones or Stranger Things.
So you don't go back and rewatch a show once you finished it.
No, I
Wow, my mind's blown.
I don't do that.
I'm so off. Like, I literally will only rewatch shows. Like, I have, it really is about like the anxiety aspect of like knowing it's all gonna work out. And like,
Mm.
I'll watch new shows, but in the meantime, that I'm watching a new season of something, I'm still watching Friends or Gilmore Girls at night. Like, I have to watch them.
That's interesting. I mean, I think a lot of people do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just then my brain would be like, okay, well, what's next? And it would be like waiting to continue the show.
Yeah, like, well, oh, trust me, I'm devastated when it's over. That's why I started again. Because I'm like, I don't want to leave this world. I get very obsessed when I watch a TV show. And like, it is all consuming to me where I just feel like I'm a part of that world and
Yeah.
I can't let it go. I haven't let anything go since I was a kid, let me tell you.
I mean, I think I would, especially after some time, because I do also, I watch it and then it like leaves my brain. Like, I'm bad at kind of remembering specifics of what happened
Hmm.
during a show. So I could see myself, 5 or 10 years down the line after the show has ended, going back and rewatching the whole thing from like start to finish.
That's
Um,
amazing. Are you that way with movies too? Do you not rewatch movies?
I do rewatch movies. I do also forget movies. So, like, I mean, except movies that I've seen, 10 times, like Titanic, I can probably tell you everything
Okay,
that happens in
finally. Titanic is my favorite movie of all time.
Right? It's so good.
Like my mom, it comes on TV all the time. It's always on like VH1 or MTV or something whenever I'm
Yeah.
home visiting, and I'll come downstairs and I'll be like, "No, you're going the wrong way," like 5 seconds before they say it, and my mom is like, "You're pathetic," because like I could jump in at any moment and just know exactly what's coming. I've seen it
Oh,
too many times to count, but it is the greatest movie of all time.
it's so good. I think it's time for a rewatch because it probably has been at least 3 or 4 years since I've seen it. So I
Mm,
think it might be time.
mm. Young Leo, there's nothing better.
Mm.
And my favorite shot of that whole movie is when she's looking up at him and there's just a single like firework behind him. And she's looking at him and she has the realization that she doesn't want to live without him and jumps off the lifeboat. Oh, so good.
I'm
I
gonna
know.
cry.
You'll cry. I have goosebumps just thinking about it. It's literally like it's a
Oh.
masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
Every time because a lot of stunt people worked on that movie,
Yeah.
obviously. And so anytime I like work with one of them now, I ask them to tell me stories. I'm like,
Oh
how's
my
it on
gosh.
Titanic? Like,
Literally, like when you see them like jump off and one hits the propeller, what? Like,
oh,
holy moly.
oh.
Or like when they're sliding off and like hitting things on the way down. Oh
Well,
man,
there was like a lot of broken bones on that
for
movie.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
And
insane.
apparently also a lot of affairs.
Oh, well, the boat's rocking.
Just a little Hollywood tidbit there.
All right.
Yeah.
So before you go, I mean, this has been amazing. I could honestly talk to you about like how your brain works first because mine is so incredibly different when it comes to like wanting to do stunts. Like I want to look cool. I want to fight. I want to like flip swords and stuff.
Yeah.
But I am way too like klutzy and accident prone to do those. So I'm so jealous and I just think you're so cool. Like I'm not I really think
Thank
you're
you.
so cool and that's like as
Aw, thank you.
like and you're so like natural about it too. I'm like, yeah, I just do it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's just, I guess it's my life.
Yeah. Now, before you go, I want to ask you, what is the greatest piece of advice that someone has given you, whether it's for your career, navigating your career or life, or for your mental health, or something that you have just learned and applied and share with others?
I mean, I think the main thing is just to not give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that can apply to every aspect of your life. Obviously, career-wise, and there have been so many times where things have been so slow, and it would have been easy to just walk away and find a stable job, but then you just kind of have to sit down and almost reinvent yourself, but you're still you. But like, just, think about, and I think I got this from my dad, because I think he's very much like this. Just think of what else you can do. Like, there's always something you can try or things you can change, and just think outside of the box. But essentially, yeah, to not give up. And that also applies, like I said, to other aspects of your life. Like I've been going through was going through some health things where no one could figure out what was going on.
Been there.
And so it's just like, well, don't give up. Like keep fighting, keep digging, keep trying to figure things out, and they will get better.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true. You got to fight for yourself no matter what the situation is. You have to. I love that. Where can people see Neglected?
So Neglected will be out on digital June 6th. So I think that's pretty much anywhere you can buy or rent a movie, like Apple TV, Amazon Prime. I don't know. Where do people buy and rent movies nowadays?
I wish it was Blockbuster, but here we are.
Yeah.
There is no better act than going to Blockbuster on a Friday night and picking out a movie for the weekend.
I think I still have my card somewhere, and I can't bring myself to throw it away.
No, why would you? Frame it. It's like an artifact.
I should do that.
It's incredible. Like this is a perfect, like, I want to go to Blockbuster, get a movie and watch it tonight movie. So yes, I think it's great. June 6th to rent or buy Neglected. Okay. I'm excited for you. I think that this is going to be good.
Thank you. And then, of course, Jumanji in theaters Christmas Day.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will definitely be promoting that. Wait, are you playing a character or are you doing stunt work?
I'm playing a character. I booked a role on it. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so pumped for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
A character who does her own stunts. Am I asking too many questions? Should I shut up?
You'll have to see to find out.
This is exciting. Oh, damn. I wish we could talk more about it. So that's another reason why it's good I don't do stunts like this, because I have a big mouth. So I would be... I'm like, okay, so don't tell anybody, but on this podcast, don't tell anybody. I know no one's listening, but I did this with this person. I'd be too excited. Oh my gosh, Elena. Well, this was great. Thank you so much for your time. And
thank you. This was a lot of fun. You're so lovely.
So fun. And I cannot wait. I am so pumped for you right now. It was great. Thank you so much. Go watch Titanic.
Okay. Thanks for giving me permission and a reason.
Of course. Yes. It's your homework. That and an episode of Friends. Go watch Dylan Sprouse on an episode of Friends.
I could do that.
You have to. You're going to be like, whoa, what?
I will do that.
Yes. Score. Okay. All right, doll. Have the best day ever.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.